Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by mountains, there lived a 20-year-old young man named Jax. The village was called Kairan, little more than a scatter of stones, houses stitched together by dirt paths and the sound of wind. The mountains rose around it like patient giants, their peaks forever dusted with snow, their shadows stretching long in the evening. People said the mountains watched, listened, remembered. Jax believed them. Jax had grown up in Kairan, but he felt like a stranger in his own skin. While others seemed to inherit purpose as naturally as eye color, farmers farming, shepherds shepherding, Jax carried a constant noise inside his head. Thoughts collide like rocks in a landslide. What am I meant to do? Why do I feel late to my own life? What if I never become anything? At night, the noise got louder. He would lie awake, staring at the wooden ceiling, replaying every mistake he had ever made. Dropped chances, half finished dreams, words he never said. The future felt like a locked door, and he did not have the key. The only time the noise softened as when he climbed. Every morning before dawn, Jax hiked into the mountains. No phone, no music, just his breath, the crunch of gravel, and the wind humming through pine needles. Up there, his thoughts loosened as if the air itself untied them. One morning, as the fog rolled thick between the cliffs, Jax noticed something he had never seen before, a narrow trail veering off from his usual path. It was barely visible, swallowed by mist, and marked only by a single stone standing upright like a finger pointing upward. Curiosity tugged at him. He followed the trail. The higher he climbed, the quieter everything became. Even the wind seemed to hold his breath. Eventually, the path opened into a clearing curved into the mountain, and at the center sat an old man. The man looked impossibly still, like part of the stone itself. His clothes were simple, his hair white, his eyes closed. He sat cross legged on a flat rock, unmoving. Jax hesitated. Sir, the old man opened his eyes. They were sharp, too sharp, as if they saw not just Jax, but everything behind him, his doubts, his fears, the noise in his mind. You are loud, the old man said calmly. Jax blinked. I what? Inside, the man added, tapping his temple. You are very loud. Jax felt exposed, almost offended. You don't even know me. The old man smiled faintly. You climbed here. That tells me enough. Jax exhaled. Who are you? A listener, the man said, and sometimes a teacher. Sit. Something about the word sit carried weight. Jax found himself obeying before his mind could argue. They sat in silence. Seconds passed, then minutes. The noise rushed back into Jack's head. He shifted, uncomfortable. So, what are we doing? The old man did not open his eyes. Empty your mind. Jax laughed under his breath. If I could do that, I would not be here. The old man nodded. Exactly. For the next several days, Jax returned to the clearing. Each time, the old man instructed him to sit and empty his mind. and each time Jax failed. Thoughts involved relentlessly, worries, regrets, imagined futures. The more he tried to push them away, the louder they become. I don't think this works, Jack said one morning, frustration leaking into his voice. The old man opened his eyes. You are trying to fight your thoughts. Isn't that point? No, the man said. Emptying your mind does not mean force, it means space. He picked up a cup beside him, filled to the brim with water. If I keep pouring, what happens? It overflows. And if I stop pouring, it settles. The old man looked at Jax. You keep pouring. Something about that landed hard. On the seventh day, as dusk bled into night, the mountains grew restless. Clouds swallowed the peaks. Thunder murmured in distance. Today, the old man said, you will stay after dark. Jax frowned. That wasn't part of fear. The old man interrupted gently. It's just noise with teeth. Before Jax could respond, the old man stood and walked toward the edge of the clearing, disappearing into the mist. Wait! Jax stood, heart pounding. But the old man was gone. The storm arrived fast. Wind howled through the clearing. Trees groaned. Shadows twisted as lightning split the sky. Panic surged in Jack's chest. This was a mistake. I should leave. I could fall. I could die. The noise was deafening. Then he remembered the cup. Jax sat down. Rain soaked him instantly. His body trembled, but he stayed. He focused on his breath, not forcing it, just noticing. Thoughts came. He did not chase them. He did not shove them away. He let them pass like clouds. Another lightning strike. His heart slowed. Minutes blurred. Time thinned. Then silence. Not the absence of sound, but the absence of struggle. For the first time in years, Jax felt space inside his head. A vast, open stillness. The storm raged around him, but it no longer raged within him. In that stillness, something surfaced, not a thought, but a gnawing. He did not need to have his entire life figured out. He did not need to be perfect, or certain, or ahead. He just needed to be present. When morning came, the storm had passed. Sunlight spilled into the clearing. The old man stood at the edge, watching. You did it, he said. Jack smiled, exhausted and calm. I did not empty my mind. The old man chuckled. No, you stopped filling it. Jax returned to the village, a changed man, not because his problems vanished, but because they no longer owned him. The noise still came sometimes, fear still whispered, doubt still knocked, but now Jax knew how to sit with it, how to breathe, how to make space. Years later, villagers would speak of a young man who climbed the mountains every morning, not to escape life, but to meet it, fully awake. And if you ever wander near Karen and the word feels too loud, listen closely. You might hear the mountains whisper, empty your mind.